Resolution approves certificate. Okay, yeah.
I want to point
I was
something
looking
out.
at that. I think a lot of this is miscommunication or
Well,
something.
here, I just want to show you something.
I was on there once, came in and fought it, remember?
Um,
Didn't pay it on purpose.
no,
Mayor, we're ready when you are.
All right, let's go ahead and call this meeting of the Isani City Council to order. If we can all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Doing roll call, we have all council members present. Do we have any public comment this evening? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to adopt the agenda. Do we have any changes this evening?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. There are no changes to the agenda this evening.
motion to adopt.
Second.
I have a motion to adopt the agenda from Councilman Lundin and a second from Councilman Merrill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Moving on to F1, the 15th Annual MMBA Food Drive Check Presentation.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I've got Patrick from Family Pathways here to present a check to the Family Pathways Food Shelf up in Cambridge in the amount of $3,003.28. The check says 20 cents. We did have the 8 pennies in there too, so there's a miscommunication somewhere there, but we managed to do that with customers rounding up at the register and making cash donations. And we also did something a little different this year. Dynasty BMX, which is an organization in town here, was also doing a food drive, and we served as a drop-off location for them. They were kind enough to offer a $40 gift card to anybody, that anyone who had donated food would have a chance to win. And we also had a anonymous donation that matched that if we filled the barrel, and we filled the barrel. So we donated $3,003.28 and 117 pounds of food. And one lucky person that, generously donated food supplies walked away with an $80 gift card to the liquor store. So all in all, I'd say it was a big success. So I'd like to present this check to Patrick and maybe get a picture, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, thank you, Keith. Appreciate that. Good job over there getting those donations rounded up, and always good to see that. So, all right, moving on to G1, the approving the city council meeting minutes from November 8th, 2023.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Councilman Heeman and a second from Councilman Lundin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. For announcements, we have the city offices closed on Thursday, November 23rd, and Friday, November 24th for Thanksgiving. We've got our Park and Rec Board meeting on Tuesday, November 28th at 3:30 PM, so that's a little earlier start. We'll be doing that park touring event, and we've also got our city council meeting on December 5th. On Tuesday, December 5th at 7 PM, we've got the Economic Development Authority meeting, also on Tuesday the 5th, immediately following the council meeting. Any council committee reports?
I do have two. So for school board, Tim Hitchings was elected in the special election. He was sworn in last week, so the board is full there. There's a pretty good turnout for that. I believe it was 800 or 900 votes, so that was good. And for the Chamber of Commerce, Angie Kirsting was awarded Employee of the Year. She's an Isanti resident and the bar manager at the VFW. She's been doing a great job there. I just wanted to commend her for that. She also ran for mayor, probably 6 years ago, and she's really involved in the community, so I'm happy that she was awarded with that, and it's great to see the VFW thriving and an Isanti resident doing well, so just want to congratulate her, and that's the committee reports I have.
Awesome.
We had a fire district meeting last Wednesday, and fire department bought, it's a, I don't know, Jeff, Jimmy, either one of you, that grain auger deal that they got for somebody caught in a grain bin. Looks like it's a pretty decent investment that they made. Talking to one of the other fire district board members, Princeton uses one, and they use it for even in the mud, getting somebody stuck in the mud, and he said that works very well from what he heard from them. So it's a pretty good investment. They got some more water suits for water rescue.
Yep, thanks to the liquor store.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. So, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else going on, so.
All right. Any other committee reports?
I'm scheduled to go to the BMX meeting. I believe it's December 11th is the next one. So I'll have more when that happens.
Sounds good. All right, so moving on to K1, determining the annual goal-setting session meeting date discussion.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, good evening, City Council. So it has been the practice of City Council to hold an annual goal-setting session. This has been done for numerous years, over a decade here. And this helps to balance staff availability with resources, costs, as well as giving the opportunity to City Council to project where they want to see Isanti go. And that can be in the near future, or it can be out even a decade. So giving some insight and projections of helps to guide staff in what we do as operations and maintaining services and such. So over the last few years, it's been held either on the fourth Monday, or if there's a fifth week in there, the fifth Tuesday in January. So what I'm looking for is direction from council to set that date and time.
So for this one, as well as the canvassing board, I will not be available January 18th through February 18th. I don't necessarily have to be here, but I just figured I'd let you guys know that I'll be gone for a month. So I would prefer we do it before, probably, but if not, it's understandable too.
When did you say you're leaving?
I'll be gone January 18th through February 18th. So that, as well as the canvassing board, I believe we usually set that early in January. Or am I?
Not a
No, that'd be,
not a canvassing board meeting.
I thought I saw something in here about,
Oh, that was for next year's.
oh, that's for next year's that I saw that in the email?
I think so, yeah.
Well, that makes sense then.
It was
Okay.
like January 12th or something, right?
Yeah, I'll be gone. I don't remember if there's two meetings or just one.
Or, well, it must be before January 12th was.
January
December?
18th to February 18th, I'll be gone. But as far as the goal-setting meeting, I would like to have it before if possible.
I was gonna say that
But-
if it works for you guys, that maybe we could just do it the night of the 16th and just do it after the council meeting.
Yeah, that would be fine with
'Cause
me.
I mean, it's gonna be kind of a long day. We're gonna have, committee of the whole and everything too that day, but Might just work, I would prefer to just get it over with and not have to come in
Well,
for
it
a
ain't gonna
special.
happen during the day for me, so.
Well, right.
And second of all, we don't need to drag on meetings. That goal-setting meeting can take hours and
Yeah.
hours and hours. It's
We
not
could
something
always
that's
have
just done in an hour.
Yeah,
I'm only missing the February 6th meeting as far as I know, but if we set anything in that window, I won't be here, which, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but, so. I'm good with, I'm pretty flexible, with whatever you guys wanna do, as far as days, nights. I think doing it on the 16th would be, I mean, it would make sense, we're already here. If we gotta go later, it doesn't bother me, and I'd rather just do it.
I mean, I think, well, I mean, I guess we have two people that weren't here last year when we did goal setting, but,
Yeah.
because that was, you were after that, right?
Right,
Yeah,
Bill was not here.
but, I mean, for the most part,
They're
at least
pretty-
everything that I had on there is gonna stay the same, basically, as what it
Yeah.
was, and, you know, whatever we haven't got done yet, basically, so I don't know that it's,
And we're really
Gotta change a
transparent, all of
ton,
us,
yeah.
with what our goals are, so I don't think there's, I don't think it's gonna be a super long meeting. We've already talked about most of the stuff, I feel.
that's why I was thinking maybe we could just squeeze it in on the 16th, was,
Let's squeeze it in on the 16th, and then when Luke comes back in February, let's have another short meeting.
well, he'll be here the 16th.
Yeah, I'll
so-
be here the
What
16th.
if we don't get it done?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah, we'll just, yeah.
Gives a little more time for people to maybe add some more things in.
Yeah, we could do something like that if we want to just recess it or whatever, or table that conversation. Well, I guess it's not really even an official, we don't make decisions, so I mean, it would be,
It's a workshop.
yeah, so.
I would say the maximum, if there's a lot of things to discuss, the maximum I've seen is 4 hours. That's been a number of years.
Yeah. I remember we used
I'd
to
say
do it during the day.
recently, in the last few years, it's probably been a couple hours.
Yeah, I don't remember it being extremely long lately.
We used to have it during the day.
It used to be at
And
8:30
it
in the
started at
morning.
8 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes it didn't get over until 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's because council didn't talk at meetings. They never talked about what they wanted to
No,
do.
It's just, it's what one person wants to see, other person doesn't wanna see, and what works good is if you have something that you wanna put on it, you get Josie notified of it prior to it, so it can be discussed and put on there and discussed timely fashion.
That is a great thing to point out. So if I do get items from
never used
council
to be
members to
that
add to the agenda,
to bring it
then
up,
I
right?
can divvy that out. Usually you'll see an email from me that has a deadline attached to get me your items, so staff can do some research for it and put together some cost estimates depending on what it is, or how much time if it would take staff to put something together, if it's more policy-driven, something like that. But that does help the meetings go faster if I do know the items ahead of time.
Yeah, what do you guys think? You want to
That's
just try to?
fine.
I'm
Just
okay
get
with
it
the
done and over
16th.
with.
Yeah, I don't think it'll change a ton from what we've, unless you guys on the ends have a lot of stuff to add, but,
13 years I've been asking for more sidewalks to get completed, so.
it's still on there, I'm sure, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So then what I'm hearing is January 16th, immediately following the city council meeting. That's
Yeah.
good enough direction for that item. If we get to the next item, K2, if
What-
we can make an adjustment to that before approving, adding in that meeting date would be great.
Would it be easier to do it before the council meeting on the 2nd? Because we only have council and EDA that night, and that starts at 7, so we could maybe do that on the 2nd at 6. I mean, I don't think anybody's opinion on what we need to do is gonna change in a 2 weeks timeframe. I mean, we're all here. No one's gonna be new.
I mean, the only thing is, it's kind of tough for George and Steve to make it on these earlier days.
At 6 o'clock?
Well, I mean,
It's
I don't know, it'd
January,
probably be-
dude.
Yeah.
People's furnaces go out. I didn't get home till 10:30 last night. It's,
Okay.
so I can't guarantee that.
Right.
And that's not an everyday thing, but it's January.
Yeah, on the
Furnaces
16th, you
and
couldn't guarantee
boilers
it either,
and
right?
things go out, and if I gotta stay at somebody's house, keep 'em warm, I'm staying
Mm-hmm.
there to keep 'em warm.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, if we had, if the 16th, we usually start at 5, when we're usually done at 10. So, I mean, what if we started on the 2nd at 6 instead, and had an hour for our goal-setting meeting?
yeah, I mean, we could do that, and then we could
I don't-
say, okay, if we don't finish it, then we'll finish it after the council meeting too.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that would be potentially better, we won't be as tired.
yeah, that might be I mean, I'm okay with either of those days. I just didn't want to have us have to come in on a special day just to
Yeah,
do that.
I
I just didn't
agree.
think it was necessary.
I mean, maybe plan for the 2nd and then if tentatively the 16th if we need it.
Yeah, either one would be fine for me, so whatever you guys think. You want to do that
I'm
instead?
flexible either way.
Yeah. Okay. All right, yeah, that's fine with me. So we'll do the 2nd, we'll start at 6, and then we'll come, we'll finish it after the council meeting if we need to.
Staff is here those days, so both days worked.
Yeah, I figured you guys wouldn't mind either way. But it's kind of nice not to have to come in on a separate day though, right? Yeah, get it over
I
with.
had my calendar pulled up just in case to make sure I was here.
All right.
Mentally or physically?
Okay, so then our next one was setting the meeting dates for 2024.
So annually, staff does put together the meeting dates of all of our city council meetings, but as well as all of our other boards and commissions. So you see that calendar before you, and then we'll add the addition of the goal-setting meeting on January 2nd at 6 PM, as well as it does have the 2024 Planning Commission public hearing deadlines and dates, and that is for developers when they turn in projects. We also found it advantageous to have that approved here at City Council, not just at Planning Commission, so everyone's aware of those deadlines to show how early they do come up before the meeting to have the item presented.
Motion to approve the dates as presented.
But you're gonna change
Yeah,
the
change-
goal setting to the
goal
2nd
setting
at
did-
6.
Because the goal setting was just TBA.
Right.
And is everybody okay with the times that we have this year?
Yeah.
It's always the same.
Okay.
I
just
will make
making
note,
sure.
we do have, I believe, 3 Wednesday meetings next year, just the way that the dates fall.
Yeah, it was March, must be caucuses, or what's the reason for that one on a Wednesday?
March is a primary election,
Right, yeah, okay.
and then August is
Night out.
National Night
Oh,
Out.
yeah, right, and then
Well, it's
Wednesday's the
renamed
election on
Night
the
Unit-
6th, yeah,
Unite.
or the
then
5th would be the election on November, okay. All right, so I had a motion from Councilman Lundin,
Second.
second from Councilman Merrill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. So that brings us to the consent agenda. Any questions, concerns on that?
One thing I brought up to Mr. Heeman, I noticed somebody's name on the list, I'm not mentioning names right now. A person's house burnt down a year ago.
Probably give him a break on the,
I think if he would've been present, I know the circumstance, and I know the person, he would've taken care of it, it wouldn't have been an issue. But he hasn't been there he just got back into his house literally burnt down over a year ago.
you're talking about the list of delinquent
Yes.
Water bills and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be assessed to the tax.
Yep. I don't wanna bring up anybody's name on any of this list, that's why I
Sure.
just put that particular person, and I think Mr. Heeman agrees with that.
Well, so what are you proposing? You wanna go ahead and keep it
I
off,
think
keep
we
it
need-
off
I
of this
think we-
list?
I
and-
think we need to proceed with this, but I will reach out to that person and have them attend a meeting. And
Well,
he
so-
can,
So remember, this is the meeting. This list would go to the county by statute by the end of this month. Then a final list is run at the end of the year. So this list does go to the county, but then serves as basically a not-to-exceed list. If, person A at the top of this list comes in, pays their balance, in December, they're good, they're done. I send the county an updated list, their name is gone, they've paid, that's it. But otherwise, like, this is the meeting. Everybody got a notice a month ago saying, this is the meeting, and if you want to speak, if you want a review, you should let staff know at least a week ahead of time, and we heard nothing from anybody. So,
well,
it-
like I
but it
said, I
would-
know it's been pretty turmoil for that family.
it is absolutely the council's prerogative. If you say, this particular PID has circumstances and we would rather not assess it, council
I
could
could bring
just
up that- I
decide
could
that.
bring it up that way, I guess.
Yeah, which one have you got?
I gotta pull it up, just give me a second. It was on the second page, wasn't it? Yeah. It is, 16, 16.031.2600. For 131.14.
Got it. So we can disapprove excluding that one, yep. if that's the council's desire.
Did you all agree with that?
Yeah.
I'll make a
Yep.
motion to exclude.
That PID?
So 16.031.2600.
Yep.
So we have a motion to exclude that parcel by Councilman Heeman.
And approve the
Or-
remainder of the list
Yes.
in that motion.
Yeah, well, and I guess, do you want us to pull that out of the consent agenda now?
We should pull it out and vote separately on it.
Okay, so we'll vote separately on this, so we're pulling L3 out of the consent agenda and moving it into regular business.
I did have a question on this, if that's okay, before we do
Yeah.
anything. So I noticed about half of these are developers or contractors. Is there, if they're behind on their water bill, are they allowed to continue building in the city of Isani? So if they're hired for another project, I mean, is there anything that we can sort of stop them from continuing to add up water bills? But, I mean, do we have any power with that?
And on these charges, those are stormwater charges on those?
Yep.
And, yeah, it's just, the standard practice has been is you assess it and it'll get taken care of at closing. Anybody who comes in to, let's pick on 722 Cherrywood, anybody who wants to go in and do that, title research is gonna show there's an assessment, and they're gonna, I would assume, any buyer would say, hey, builder, you take care of the thing you didn't already take care of.
It was just kind of astonishing to see how many contractors are on there not paying their bill. I mean, is there
A lot of,
anything?
yeah, a lot of them for stormwater, it's one of those deals where it's like, they might be on a semi-annual billing, right? So they're
Yeah.
only gonna get the one bill twice a
Okay.
year, and then they might have in process 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 homes across an area, and they get one postcard one time, and they may or may not have any idea. And they also might just look at the dollar amount of, $28 and say,
Right,
I don't care,
okay.
it's not uncommon. I mean,
Well, and they know, and they probably know it's just gonna get assessed and we'll just take care of it at that
Yeah, so they
time,
don't have to,
so.
okay,
yeah, I mean, this is not uncommon.
okay.
To have contractors in there with stormwater charges, not at all uncommon for that to happen, yeah.
Okay.
So you want to we'll move L3 from the consent agenda as a separate, vote on that first, and then go to the consent agenda.
Yeah, so we wanna vote to move that L3 back to regular business, so, so we've got I guess that wasn't what your motion was for, so if I can get a motion to move L3 to regular business first.
Motion to move L3 to K3.
Second?
I have a motion from Councilman Merrill and a second from Councilman Lundin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. So now, if we're looking for a motion to remove the PID of 16.031.2600, and I'll just make that motion since I am doing it, on this, off of this list.
I'll second.
So I've got a motion from myself, and I've got a second from Councilman Lundin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Any other concerns on the consent agenda?
So I had a question on L2. I see this is a troop supply drive, which is great. Is there any way that we could maybe talk to them about doing something more so for veterans, or is that something that we have any power on? Because I think that the troops that are out, they have the United States support, and I think we need more help for veterans, so can we talk to Beyond the Yellow Ribbon and have them maybe change it from a troop supply drive to like a veteran supply drive, or is that just the name of it?
Councilmember Merrill, it is called Troop Supply Drive, but it does go to Beyond the Yellow Ribbon, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Lusk, and he can share more about it.
Okay,
Yeah, so kind of jumping ahead here, but I'm more than happy to address your question there. Working really closely with Isani County Beyond the Yellow Ribbon, Gail Jenin in particular. And it is something that they benefit veterans and active duty personnel. I don't know if you guys get it, but I get their meeting minutes every month emailed to me, and, they go through who they're donating to and what they do to assist. And kind of what, in my discussions with her, what we're kind of trying to gear it towards is to, our customers want to know where their donations are going, and I respect that. I want to know where my donations are going. So they're going to be very clear about, where the donations are going. They only help Isani County families, so it's local. And I think it's a great organization. I think we have an opportunity to have a positive impact on people in our community, especially troops, veterans. And I also do want to point out that I think we are one of the only liquor stores in the area that offers veterans a discount every day. It used to be every Tuesday would be veterans and seniors. Well, we offer veterans every day. You know, and so we do what we can, you know, and we're hoping to make it a impactful event and, you know, without asking too much of our customers, you know, we want everyone to be on the same page and make a difference.
Okay, so the troop support is more of a general, that's just what they're calling it, but they allocate it not to just current active duty troops.
Yeah.
It just goes to their general fund.
So a lot
basically.
of, some of the things that I've seen on their minutes are, you know, helping a veteran catch up on an electric
Yep,
bill,
yep.
help with housing, help with groceries, everyday stuff where, you know, it's a struggle. Being a veteran, they have access to those programs that other people don't. And so I think it's, you know, I think we are doing what you're looking for.
Okay.
It's just a
Just
different name.
different name, okay, that's, you know, that's a great organization, and I've followed them pretty closely, but I wasn't sure just with the wording on that, it just makes it sound like it's only for current troops, you know, I don't know if there's a way to better change that, so people at the liquor store might think, hey, veterans, more so than just troops, because when I hear troops, I think of people that are deployed and currently being paid to be deployed, and the US government's backing them, versus there's a lot of veterans and homeless here that are sort of missed, so I don't know if there's a way to change the
Yeah,
wording
and
on
we'll,
that, I mean.
we'll have plenty of signage in the store
Okay.
explaining where the impact's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I will point out too that they do help troops.
Right.
You know, I think one of the items that I saw recently was helping someone catch up on a mortgage that was deployed and their wife and family is still here. You
Yep.
know, so it's helping, if you're in the military, whether current, former, they're gonna help you. And that's what we're geared towards is, you know, helping that cause, so.
Sounds good. Yeah, beyond they do a great job with that program, so it's really awesome that they're doing that for all troops and veterans.
Yeah, and we are gonna actually have Gail or someone from the organization at the store at least one Friday. You know, we're gonna set them up with a table up front, so they can not only, you know, get donations from our customers, from the community, but also answer any questions and be there to tell people what they do, and spread awareness that way too, so.
Sounds good.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilman Lundin and a second from Councilman Heeman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Any other questions, comments, concerns from the council?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion to adjourn from Councilman Lundin and a second from Councilman Merrill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. We are adjourned.